whiskey are you drinking? Well, hopefully you guys had a safe and happy 4th of July and enjoyed time with your family and celebrating our Independence Day. I wanted to do this for quite a little while, and as you can tell, I didn't have much left of this bottle here, so I wanted to do this before I ended up drinking it. But AMBURANA is one of those finishes that seems to be very polarizing. I'm a big fan of it, always have been. Oak and Eden was the very first bottle that I ever tried, and I actually made one at the distillery, and it was when they very first started doing their AMBURANA finishes, and I may have actually gotten a chance to make a bottle before they ever distributed it. So going back about 2 years ago. So I've been a big fan of it ever since, and anytime I find an AMBURANA out there, I will typically buy it because I do enjoy it. Now, having said that, it is one of those finishes that can be a little overwhelming. The Penelope Rio is one of those that is out there that people kind of clamor for. I've tried it. It's not one of my favorites. There's a finish that's on the back end of it that's kind of an aspartame type finish that I'm not a big fan of. So I've never bought a bottle. But these three have, I enjoy them quite a bit. I thought I would do just kind of a quick review. So we've got the Hard Truth, the Farmer's Reserve Sweet Mash that's on there. We've got the RD1, and then the Oak and Eden, which is the Bourbon Inspire with the AMBURANA. Comes in at 114 proof. The RD1 is a 110 proof. The Hard Truth is a 106. So they're all very similar proof points. So anyway, going in on the first glass here, it is definitely that cinnamon toast crunch that you get. There is that baking spice. You get a lot of cinnamon toast crunch. There's some caramel. There's some maple syrup. There's like a little bit of allspice as well. Of course, that cinnamon is very flavorful. I like that one a lot. The second glass, very similar. There's more of a cream type flavor in the cinnamon on this one. That oak is definitely more apparent on the nose for sure. Kind of a burning type cedar something going on. Yeah, that oak it's definitely very much more oak forward. That allspice definitely is more prevalent in there. And there's a clove aspect to it. Much more, those Christmas spices that you get kind of on a scented candle come through it a lot more than on this one here. It's definitely much more forward and heavy in those, like that Christmas candle that, you know, that smell that you get around the holidays. The last one here, there's a little bit more ethanol in the nose, a little bit more vanilla. Again, those baking spices, the cinnamon comes through. There's a bit more maple syrup in this one, and a slight berry that's in there as well. I like that one a lot. So going back through these, I definitely think I like this one the best. This one here, yeah, this one here is definitely my second. Yeah, for sure. Again, there's a little bit more oak in there than is on this one here. I like the RD1. That is my personal favorite. I say these aren't really, it's not really a kind of a blind. I mean, I know what I've got going in here, but I've never tried these side by side. I think the Oak and Eden, the spices tend to be a little bit more forward. They can be said so in the Hard Truth as well. They're very similar, but the way that they're blended in and the way that it comes out is a little bit different. I think of the three, the RD1 is definitely my favorite. I've enjoyed this bottle for quite a while. But if you're a big fan of the AMBURANA finishes, and you can find these bottles, I pick them up. I enjoy them. Like I say, a lot of people will clamor for the Penelope, but I've had the Penelope and I've had it almost side by side with the RD1, and I prefer the RD1. There's a, like I say, there's a little bit of a artificial taste that comes out with that Penelope that I don't care for. But again, the hard truth, if you can find it, I know it's a little bit more expensive. I think as far as these go, I think this runs about 55 bucks. The RD1 is about 60, and the hard truth I think is around 75. But you know, of the three, like I said, I definitely prefer the RD1. So anyway, if you're a fan of the AMBURANA finishes, see if you can find these, give them a try. But I think the RD1, in my humble opinion, is definitely the best of these three. So y'all take care.